You all know the constant question. The question is, are we live? I think we are. I think we are live. Let me see. Please confirm if we are live or not in the chat. We are live, yes! Great! A few minutes early. Welcome! Welcome to Kawasaki. I've streamed from Kawasaki many times, but it's always been some relatively minor, quiet parts of Kawasaki. Today we are next to Kawasaki Station, which is a pretty lively place. Kawasaki is one of the bigger cities in Japan. It has a population of 1.5 million people, and when you're here you can feel it. When you're in the quiet areas where I usually walk, yeah, then it just feels like a rural small town or something. But here, the area around Kawasaki Station is pretty advanced. This is, let me see, this is the west side of the station. I think we will start by actually heading through the main station building and explore the eastern side a little bit. Then we will come back to this part. I'm not super familiar with Kawasaki, to be honest, even though it's just less than half an hour from where I live. I don't really come here very often. But if anyone in the chat is familiar with Kawasaki and knows some interesting places or anything you would like to see, please don't hesitate to let me know. So now we are passing through the JR Kawasaki Station, which always reminds me of Shinagawa Station for some reason. It's quite similar. Weather report. Yeah, let's do a weather report once we've passed through here. So Kawasaki is located just to the south of Tokyo. It's a very oblong city, and this part, the central, like Kawasaki Station area, is in the most easternmost part of the city, not so far from the from Tokyo Bay. Oh, and here they're showing a bit of a promotional video of this city. It's funny that actually the industrial area is one of the tourist attractions, because the industrial area here in Kawasaki is pretty massive. It's one of the biggest industrial areas in Japan, I think, and pretty cool to explore, especially at night. I might stream from there at some point, but not today. Because it's basically you have to take a bus for like half an hour or even more in order to get there. Quite busy, lots of people here at the station, as you can see. Yeah, I always think of Kawasaki as a kind of boring neighborhood or boring area in the outskirts of Tokyo, but it's actually a pretty big and vibrant city in itself. So that's quite interesting. And actually we are not so far from what I think is still the shortest escalator in the world. I think I have a video when I ride that escalator on my channel. It's one of the early videos I made several years ago. I think it's like across the street here. Here's like an underground shopping mall, which I won't go down into because I am afraid that signal would probably not appreciate that. But yeah, I think the shortest escalator in the world. I think that's a pretty strong tourist attraction, to be honest. I think more people should visit Kawasaki in order to ride the shortest escalator in the world. Thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah, it feels fresh to see See me go somewhere you've never been. Yeah. There's just so much to explore in this country, and just in the Tokyo region itself. There's like enough to see and do to last you a lifetime, which is one of the reasons why I enjoy living here. Yeah, I think in order to get to the industrial area you need to take one of the buses here from the bus terminal, but again, we won't be doing that today. I think I will head down here actually. So you asked for a weather report. Let's do that. Let's weather. Kawasaki, not New York, but almost. 26 degrees, mostly sunny. And as you see, we have like rainy season. Officially, we are apparently in rainy season now, even though it hasn't really rained that much yet. 63% humidity. Yeah. There you have it. Now I'm walking under the train tracks of the Keikyu line, which connects Kawasaki to Shinagawa, and then it goes down south to a place called Miura Peninsula, which is also very nice, and I hope to go there and stream from there sometime, especially a place called Yogashima, which is a little island at the edge of Miura Peninsula. But we're not going there today. But what I like about the Keikyu line is that the trains are very nice. Like they are old, they're painted red and have a certain retro feel to them. But I think for now, let's explore this. This is kind of the main shopping streets area around here. So let's walk around there a little bit and see what we can find. Not sure how long I will stream today. Maybe an hour, 90 minutes or so. Unless things turns out surprisingly awesome. It's going to be 138 degrees Celsius tomorrow. Wow, that sounds horrible. That's like what the summers are like here in Tokyo as well, but it's extremely unpleasant, that kind of heat, if you ask me. If I remember correctly, that shortest escalator is in the basement of this building. Already past 200 viewers. Yay! Welcome everyone. Oh, here you have one of the Keikyu trains. I kind of like the red color. Some of them are like all red. This one looked a little bit boring. Some of them are like more vibrant. What's an upscale grocery store in Tokyo? Good question. There's a chain called Seijoishi, which is quite like one of the more fancy supermarkets. They have shops in all the expensive neighborhoods. Then there's also lots of more like local shops that aren't part of chains. Mitsukoshi or Isetan, yeah, but they are department stores, not really grocery stores. Although they do sell, they usually have a food section as well, which is expensive and fancy. So here's the Keikyu Kawasaki Station. Sometimes when I go to Haneda Airport, if there's no bus, because right now the airport buses are kind of reduced. Sometimes I have to detour through here because you can't take the KQ line all the way to Haneda Airport as well. But yeah, I mean, Kawasaki is like any other Japanese big city. Busy, full of the same chain stores, has a couple of main shopping streets in the city center. Do you ever indulge and get expensive fruit in the summer? Not like, no, not really, not like super expensive fruit. I don't know, as a Swede it just feels weird to me to pay that much for a watermelon or something, because I know I can eat those things for way less whenever I'm in Europe, so it makes no sense. But sometimes when I'm on press tours, we get treated to fancy fruits, so then I enjoy. But I wouldn't pay, you know, 5,000 yen for a melon myself. Did you like watermelon or melon? I like both. I like all sorts of melon. But watermelon, like, yeah, especially watermelon, to me, that's never gonna feel like fancy and exclusive, no matter how expensive it is. So yeah, paying those ridiculous amounts that you sometimes see those fruits go for, it just makes no sense to me. Oh, melons can cost like $100 more, hundreds of dollars even, if you go for the really fancy stuff. But even like an average, like a cheap watermelon by Japanese standards is way more expensive than in Europe. So that's quite strange to me. Apple or orange? I like both. Do I have to choose? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Japan has some of the most expensive melons in the world. German sausage or ebi tempura? Maybe Italian salami trumps both those things to me. But yeah, I remember first time I came here to Kawasaki, I was pretty surprised over how big and lively, and how much it feels like, I don't know, it feels like a proper big city in the same way as Osaka or Fukuoka can do. Let's see if we can pass a fruit store and check how much a watermelon is. Like a cheap one even. Game center, sweets and snacks shop, pet shop, flower shop. Have everything here. And it's surprisingly sunny actually. I was expecting today to be a cloudy day, but it's not, so it's nice to be in this covered shopping streets rather than getting roasted by the sun. But I did remember to bring my sunscreen today, so I have put on some sunscreen, so that's good, I guess. No local shops. Yeah, but that's very often the case in big cities and main streets like this. But yeah, I agree. Local shops are way more interesting than all these big chains that you see everywhere in Japan. Oh, and here is this like cinema complex, which is kind of a fake Italian village. So let's check that out. Also, yeah, Kawasaki is big industrial town, so it has a lot of blue collar workers, and that's one of the reasons why it's not really a very high status place. So it has an image or reputation of being kind of rough, and some people would even call it a bit dangerous, which I would strongly object to, but anyway, by Japanese standards maybe. You like mango or grape? Yeah, I like both. I like fruits. I like fruit, but I rarely buy it here in Japan because it's generally just so expensive. The only fruit that is reasonably priced in Japan is bananas. Everything else is like overpriced. Past 300 viewers. Great, welcome everyone. If there are any new viewers, welcome to my channel. I do live walks like this almost every day from many different parts of Japan, but mostly the Tokyo region. If you are new, I recommend that you check out the FAQ, which is linked in the video description, where you will find answers to a lot of commonly asked questions. And once you read that, you are more than welcome to join and socialize in the chat. Thank you, Olive. Thank you. Yes, I have a bit of a backlog in my Patreon inbox that I will go through probably later today. So here's this Italian cinema district. I don't know if I think it looks like Italy, to be honest, but at least that's what it's modeled after. Do you know about durian? Yes, of course I know about durian, but I've never actually tried it. But they sell durian here in Japan even. And I've experienced the smell. I don't think it's that bad, the smell. But yeah, I can't say that it makes me tempted to try it either. La Cittadella. Although this place does look a little bit Italian to me. It looks kind of nice. Reminds me of the outdoor bars in Italy. Kebab. Don't know how Italian that is. tennis courts. Quite nice. Yeah, this part is quite nice actually, and these tables are in the shade as well. Wouldn't mind sitting down for a bite here. Maybe after the stream I will go for lunch somewhere around here. Let me see what they're saying. Can you walk across Tokyo Bay? No. I don't think there's any bridge you can walk across. There's the Tokyo Aqua Line, which is like a part bridge and part tunnel, but that's only for cars. I think that's like close to 10 kilometers wide, so yeah, you wouldn't really want to walk that. But yeah, I think kind of that the most interesting part of Kawasaki kind of ends here. Some of you might have heard about the Kawasaki Warehouse, which was this really cool game center or arcade that was modeled after the Kowloon walled city in Hong Kong. That used to be down here. I'm not sure if it's this building or like a little bit further down here, but that place sadly closed a year ago or so. So that's very sad, because that place was quite interesting. Here you have one of those classical KQ line trains that I like. So I think I will turn down and just take on one of the back streets and walk back again a little bit. Yeah, the Kowloon or the Kawasaki Warehouse. Yeah, maybe it's already 2 years ago. I went there a couple of times. It was pretty cool. Oh, and thank you, Jenny and Billman Warren, for the super chats. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh. Thank you. That's my lunch money right there. Appreciate it. I remember you walked the Rainbow Bridge. Yeah. I did. That's true. I need to do that again at night or sunset. That would be nice. Greetings from yesterday night. Haha, greetings. Yeah, thanks everyone who joined my night walk yesterday. It was a good one. We walked through some pretty interesting streets and neighborhoods. It was so quiet and a lot of beautiful spots as well. I enjoyed that. I thought that was a love hotel at first, but it says business hotel, so maybe it's not. Maybe it is a business hotel. If there's rambutan fruit in Japan, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. No, I'm not. I don't know what those are, to be honest. So I don't know if they're available in Japan or not. So I think that's a kindergarten up there, and the kids are playing out. This is kind of another one of those many reasons why I don't want my daughter to grow up in Japan, because I don't want her playground and her kindergarten to be, you know, a rooftop surrounded by buildings and concrete. Also, the chat is really active, so I'm sorry if I'm not able to read all the messages. Tropical red colored fruit. Yeah, no, I don't think I am familiar with it. Need to look it up later. Rambutan. I'm sure this street is nice at night with all those bars. here. Most of them look closed today though. Let's walk up here, see what we find. How safe is Sweden? It really depends on where you are. In the major cities at night, there are some areas where you need to be careful. Unfortunately, there's it's not uncommon that people get robbed on their cell phone and things like that. So it's sadly not as safe as Japan, that's for sure. But if you're in a smaller town or like the countryside, then I would say it's generally very safe. Filipino store in Fusa. I see. I don't go to Fusa very often, but here's a capsule hotel. Did you watch Sweden versus Spain? No, I did not, because I am not interested in sports. Who won? Pachinko. I don't know if you could hear the noise, but that's exactly what a pachinko place sounds like, and it's just on those handful of occasions I've been inside one of those shops, I've just been dying to get out as soon as possible. Lunch do you have in mind? Good question. I don't really have anything in mind yet, but hopefully I can find a place that's nice to sit down. That's gonna be my top priority, I think. The food they serve might be secondary. Moment, folks. I'm waiting for the street light to cross. I find it kind of cute. Like, there's in almost every stream, there's always someone from India saying, "Hi, I'm from India." Is that an Indian thing to do? Like, what should I respond to that? Just a funny little detail. Hi, I'm from Brazil. Yeah, hi, I'm from Sweden. Thank you, person with name in Hangul that I cannot read. Thank you very much for the super chat. I do have an international audience. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I enjoy that fact very much, that there are viewers from all over the world. Thank you, Ricky Gui, for the super chat as well. Thank you very much. from Meguro. Okay, everybody's like dropping their location now. Oh, this looks also like kind of nice shopping street. Maybe a little bit of a nightlife district, which might be lively at night. But there might also be some shady establishments here. I'm not sure. Yeah, I see some girls' bar and whatnot, so probably a bit of that. No sound, really. Do we have sound now? Sound is okay? There's a... Let me know if you can hear me now. There's a mute button that I might have accidentally touched. Sound is good. Sound is okay. Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, I'm checking here on my second phone, and I can hear myself loud and clear as well. Great. Ah, thank you, Fungus. Thank you, Fungus, as well. I vote for a future night walk for 4K video. Yeah, if the weather stays clear today, I will try to go and record a 4K video later today. I might actually head back to Yokohama and shoot that area in glorious 4K. Oh, nice. Here we have a good old retro game center. Nice. There's always some like mahjong games where you can see pixel ladies when you clear the stage. Those games tend to always be popular among elderly men. Thank you, G-Man Threefold. Thank you. Maybe let's head down this way. Looks also like an interesting neighborhood. Yeah, Yokohama would be awesome, right? That place really deserves a 4K HDR video. It was so beautiful the other night. Pinball machines. It's funny, pinball was never really a thing here in Japan as far as I know. You do sometimes come across pinball games, but then they tend to be in like American bars and stuff like that. Usually most arcades, like you basically never see pinball games in Japanese arcades these days. And I don't think they were a thing back in the days either. Let's see if this ever turns green. Yes, it did indeed turn green, finally. Sound is fixed now. Okay, yeah. I think maybe I accidentally touched the mute button. Dedicated viewer from England. If I will do a stop by for food or drink, I think after this stream, like I've been doing a lot lately, I think I will walk around, not do a lunch break in this stream, but instead just focus on walking, and then afterwards I will sit down and somewhere and have lunch and make a Patreon only stream while I'm having lunch. For those of you who are new to my channel, if you want to support and get access to special things, special behind the scenes material and things like that, then yeah, consider joining me on Patreon. The link is in the video description. Yeah, I kind of think that's a better setup, because whenever I do like a drink break during the main stream, then there's just like hundreds of people leaving the stream. So maybe it's better to focus on having the main stream only walking, and then do the break and drink food as Patreon only. Can you dance for us, Patreon? No. I won't. I'm not good at dancing. Potentially I could do a DDR, Dance Dance Revolution stream when I play the game Dance Dance Revolution. That I would consider. But that's as close as dancing you will ever see me on a stream. Hamburger. Interesting. Yeah, I've never walked around and explored these side streets in Kawasaki before. I have a hunch that there's actually a lot of things to see and do in this town. But I have only kind of barely even scratched the surface. Korean food sounds good too. I'm getting a bit hungry. Oh, looks like we have some pedestrian bridge coming up here. Let's go up and see what we can find. This morning I was actually for a brief moment considering going to Kamakura today and do streams, a stream from Kamakura, and also shoot some 4K video around there. But I don't know, I decided to save that for a later time, because going to Kamakura would be a full day project. It's pretty far. So yeah, in the end I stayed, or I went to Kawasaki instead. Let's check the housing prices here. Interesting. These are smaller apartments. Here's a house, 3-story house for 39 million yen. It's 5 minutes walk from Kawasaki Shinmachi, which I have no idea where it is. Here's an apartment 5 minutes from KQ Kawasaki. It's 56 million yen. 61 square meters. Built in 2015, so it's quite new. And this one too. This is 2 minutes from, I don't know, Hamacho Station. 19 minutes from Kawasaki Station. A little bit bigger, 82 square meters. So yeah, there you have a bit of a housing pricing update. So Kawasaki is like a lot of people who work in Tokyo live in Kawasaki, because prices here are a little bit cheaper, and you can also pretty easily commute to Yokohama. Since Kawasaki is located both in, like, between Tokyo and Yokohama, it's relatively well connected by trains. So, for example, if you're a couple and one of you work in Tokyo and the other one in Yokohama, Kawasaki would be a pretty convenient place to live, I guess. I don't think that 39 million yen house was a particularly nice house. It was just your average thin-walled, flimsy Japanese house. But you know, you're living in the biggest metropolitan area in the world, so prices here of course are a bit expensive compared to, if you would say, rural, I don't know, your rural US or countryside in Europe or something. Looks like there's a big shrine down there. Should we go and have a look? 39 million yen would be $390,000. So basically remove 2 zeros and you have the price in dollars, roughly speaking. The dollar is actually worth a little bit more, but that's maybe like a 10% difference or something. Are you near Fujio Museum? No, that's in a vastly different part of Kawasaki. It would probably take me an hour to go there by train. Okay, we got a bit of a 360 view of the area around here. Not super exciting. But yeah, let's check out that shrine down there. At least the torii gate is really big. Let's see if the shrine itself is interesting enough to warrant an entrance like that. How many viewers do we have now? Close to 400. Yay! Welcome. Welcome to this Kawasaki walk. All of those who just tuned in. Like, we touched on property prices in the stream yesterday, and my kind of ballpark figure would be that like these days a kind of average middle class household home would cost around 50 million yen, give or take, depending on the area. I can't read this. Inari-ge? Inari-o? Jinja. I don't know the name of this place. But they do have a pretty big torii entrance. Remember, you must always bow when passing under the torii, and you're not supposed to pass through the middle. Yeah. Those of you who are watching, if you do enjoy this, please press the like button. That's a very easy way to spread your love and help me reach more viewers. Because the more likes I get, the more likely the YouTube algorithm is to present my videos to new viewers. And that's ultimately how a channel grows. All down to the algorithm. Inage kana? そうかな? Inage. 日本語難しいね. Wow. This is a bit unusual. What's happening with this tree? There are areas with abandoned houses that are only 100 yen to buy. Yeah, you can even get paid to move into some houses, but then basically those are in very like areas that aren't attractive at all to most people, and they are also in pretty awful condition more often than not, so you need to spend a lot on renovating them to actually turn them like livable. Interesting, this shrine. I've never been here before, and it's kind of unique. There are so many shrines in Japan, and a lot of them really have some unique characteristics. So I don't know exactly how I would describe this, but I guess these are different zodiac signs. This is the Uma, horse. No, Ushi. What? It says Ushi here, which means cow, but it says Uma here, which means horse. That's confusing. Here's a snake. Yeah, basically those 100 yen houses is like you can't just buy them and leave them. You must commit to actually moving in there or at least start a business. It depends a little bit on the location, but yeah, it's not that you can just sign up for a bunch of almost free houses and then figure out what to do with them later. That's not really how it works. And also remember that once you own the property, you have to pay property tax. So you will have some running costs associated with it. But yeah, I really like this shrine. It's nice. It's very nice. Here you're probably supposed to walk like in a... Yeah, here they explain how you're supposed to walk through this in order to, I don't know, whatever benefit you get from doing it. But since I'm not religious, I am not going to do that. But yeah, this shrine was definitely a nice surprise. Let's head back down towards the station area. We're almost getting close to an hour of streaming already. Wow, time flies. Let's start heading back towards the station, and then I will walk through the station again and we can check out the west side a little bit, which is quite different from this east side. The west side feels more like it has been developed quite recently. Thank you, Olive, for clarifying. You know more than me about a lot of things Japan. Oh, this. So first I thought this was for sale, but it's actually trash. You see the stickers. That's called sodaigomi. That's like when you have like big and bulky items to dispose of. You need to buy this sticker. I think you can buy it at a convenience store, and that's kind of like the fee you need to pay in order to dispose of it. I think if we go further this direction, we will mostly have residential neighborhoods. Well, can you just pick those up? Not really. I don't think anyone would get mad if you did, but it would also look kind of weird and someone would think that you are doing something suspicious. But yeah, they're about to get thrown away and disposed of, so they don't really have much of value to anyone. Huh, this looks like a nice restaurant. It's a hotel. Hotel and traditional restaurant. Seems like you go live quite often, Tokyo Explorer. Yeah, almost every day. Almost every day. I enjoy doing this a lot. So I try to stream every day. Maybe a coffee stop. Yeah, maybe a coffee stop. If we find something, I can do a quick little coffee break sometime at some point. Okay, now I know. This place I've actually been. Daisuki. It's one of these old school snakku or like local owned bars. So a few years ago, me and some friend joined an event here in Kawasaki. It was like a kimono event, so we got to like rent a kimono for really cheap and just hang out in Kawasaki for a day. And then me and my friends ended that day by visiting this little bar, which was super fun. It was just like local older people who were hanging out there, and they were very surprised to have a group of, I don't know, 5 foreigners joining them and singing karaoke. It was a great night. Great night. I wonder if we can never do that again. That would be fun. I think everybody is going on lunch break now, so the streets suddenly got way more crowded. Yeah, it's noon, so no wonder. So ですね、金丸祭り2、3回ぐらい行ったことありますね。それ多分海外の川崎の一番有名なイベントですね。Now I'm heading back towards the station. I think you will get hungry there. Yeah, I will have lunch here, but after the stream. Yeah, one of the most famous and well-known events in Kawasaki is something called the Kanamara Matsuri. Kanamara. If you are interested, you can Google it, but be advised that it's not entirely safe for work. So be mindful of that if you're watching my stream in an office or something. It's not that bad, but yeah, to some people it might be a little bit not safe for work. Now we're heading down to the main station again. Here's another. So it's so weird, this chain. This is also a pachinko chain, but for some reason their slogan is fashion entertainment. There's nothing fashionable about pachinko, if you ask me. It might very well be the least fashionable thing in the world, but yeah. Yes, it's definitely too loud in pachinko parlors. That noise is just maybe one of the worst sounds known to mankind. It's the sound of a pachinko venue at full blast. So back at the JR Kawasaki Station. Maybe we can use a slightly different entrance this time to pass through.そうですね、金丸祭り 2,3 回行ったことあります。まあまあだった。でも仕事のために行きました。いろんな取材とか。So someone asked if I've been to this weird festival, Kanamara Matsuri, and yes, I've been a couple of times. First time I went with some friends, we just wanted to check it out. And then I think I also went there to shoot for some article. It was a long time ago though. Haven't been in recent years. Somehow this reminds me of rice. Oh yeah. Man, these like new Tokyo or new Japanese developments tend to have a kind of similar style, all of them. So I'm not too surprised to hear that. There are actually many festivals like that all over Japan, but I think the Kanamare one is the most famous of them because it's located here in Kawasaki, so a lot of people tend to visit. So yeah, this side of the station, as you can see, have lots of new modern buildings. Expensive eating here? Oh, it really depends on what place you go. You can find everything from probably lunches for like 500-600 yen to you know, several times as much. But in general, like usually most restaurants in Japan have very reasonable lunch deals. So I would say it's quite rare for me to pay more than 1,000 yen, which is less than $10, for lunch when I'm eating out. So yeah. So you understand a little Japanese? Well, I lived here for 13 years, so I would say that, yeah, more than just a little Japanese. I didn't know that there was a big camera here. Looks like a pretty big one as well. Maybe I should go and check it out after the stream. It's always fun. I actually would like to check out the new iPad Pro, the one that they're promoting here. I have an iPad Pro, but it's a little bit old now. It's like 4 years ago. I think it's the second generation. It's still serving me extremely well though. I don't really feel any need to upgrade, but then again, I'm a geek and I'm always curious about the latest gadgets. Upstairs here maybe. See if we can get a bit of a overhead view. Oh, okay, Apple store here as well. I didn't notice. Apple store. Yeah. This shopping mall is quite new, I think. Feels like it should be quite new. Check out the new MacBook. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting. I will most likely upgrade my MacBook once they release Apple silicon powered professional MacBook Pro. I'm just waiting for that. Mo is 7 years old. Well, that's still what I would call relatively new. About the same age as Rice. I think Rice is 10 years old. Rice is the shopping mall in my neighborhood. Although this actually feels a little bit older than Rice. Rice feels newer, or maybe just better maintained. go up one more floor? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go up one more floor. Let's see what we find here. I like this cloud. It's kind of like anime cloud. Which is one of the few like anime references that actually makes sense to me. But yeah, anime clouds, I guess we have these quite often in the summers in Japan. Okay, so it looks like this is the restaurant floor, I guess. Yeah, Olive is our new moderator, so make sure to behave when she's around. She got promoted to moderator long overdue, but yeah, the other day. So now she's also one who can swing around the mighty banhammer if you don't behave well. So please be careful. We're super close to 500 viewers now. Yay! Welcome everyone. If there are any new viewers watching, welcome to my channel. I do these kind of live walks almost every day from various parts of Japan. If you like that, make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you really like them, you can consider joining me on Patreon. The link is in the video description. Then you will get access to some Patreon exclusive videos as well. You can also follow me on Instagram. The link to my Instagram is also in the video description. Hold on. We're not allowed to shoot here. It says, yeah, you're right, Jenny. I noticed that sign now too. Let's see. Hopefully no one will come after me. Also, pizza is a fine art. But anyway, I was kind of thinking to wrap things up pretty soon. I don't even know how to get out of this place. Let's see. I'm a little bit lost. There's an escalator here. Let's go down and see if we can head back to the area where we started the stream. Then we can wrap things up. A little bit shorter than usual today, just 70 minutes, but I'm getting really hungry, so I will end the main stream and figure out where and what to eat, and then those of you who are on Patreon will be able to join me for my lunch stream. Pineapple pizza with kimchi and natto. Sounds good. good. Let's see if we can find that. Yeah, I'm getting really thirsty as well. I haven't had any liquids, so I need to do that. Oh, they even have a Tesla store here. Wow. Then you know it's fancy. Chinese for lunch. Okay, yeah, Chinese is good. I wouldn't mind. You must be hungry. Yeah, quite hungry, yeah. Okay, Toto, I will pass by the Tesla store, so you will get to see that. Just from the outside though, but this is what it looks like. And yeah, now we're back at the Kawasaki Station. We are indeed back where we started. I think I will head back. There's this pretty nice pedestrian bridge over there. Get some dim sum and beer. Yeah, that would be great. Is there a place serving dim sum nearby? I guess I need to do takeout because no restaurants are allowed to sell alcohol right now. I think that applies to Kawasaki as well. I'm pretty sure it does. So I think I will do a takeout lunch so that I can have my precious beer. Here, Kawasaki. Very, I don't know. Everything else here is very new and nice, but this JR station looks pretty old and dirty, which is often the case actually. Exactly 500 viewers, and that's when I will end the stream. How not very tactical of me. Why the restriction on serving alcohol? Because of the pandemic and the fact that we are technically under a state of emergency still, which does put restrictions on serving alcohol. No lunch live stream. Yeah, I will do a lunch live stream, but for my Patreon only. So that will be a separate stream. The link to it will be posted soon on Patreon. So those of you who haven't joined, you still have time to join if you do want to join the lunch. There's still some time for that. Otherwise, yeah, I think I will try to stream again tomorrow. What's this trippy place? Weird sculptures and a very slanted facade. Interesting. Why all the talk about dim sum all of a sudden? Anyway, I think that will be it. Ah, okay. What does it say? Built in 1914, a substation of the former Japan National Railways used to stand here. The building survived the Great Kanto earthquake and the Kawasaki air raid. It was known as Akarenga Soko and was part of the landscape at the west of the Kawasaki Station. Okay, so it's some sort of memorial for that historical building. Okay, anyway, that will be it for now. So give me, 15 minutes or so to find a place to eat and sit down. And I will post the link on Patreon. And I'll see you there. Okay, thanks so much for joining me today. Bye bye. Heido. Mata ne.